Hello beautiful people and welcome back to the channel. So yes, in this video we will have to evaluate the Scorpion toy, as I would like to call it. We want to see how good it is. We want to compare it of course with the Shark toy. We want to answer on which match I should use the Scorpion toy, and more important of course why. Now let's start with this little thing here. Now it's very nice to see that developers actually decided to keep this as universal, which is great. And the next thing we have to mention is actually this extra event, this Scorpion event. And actually this pack right here costs you $20. Yes, it's kind of worth it. The second thing you have to pay attention, and we have to mention, is that if you go to your Legion store, to the Island store, you're gonna find this item here, and there's gonna be the other one also. Now, what I saw right now on the Discord, I'm putting it now on the screen. So there should be a few of them being obtainable for free. Now, should we hurry? Yes or no? Let's have a look at the toy. So how do we analyze actually the Shark toy? So if you click here on this magnifying glass, I mean, both of these formation or toys share a common thing. Slots 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8. So these are the same. So the Shark toy gives me actually unit attack and damage increase, okay? So it was kind of obvious that the Scorpion toy will gonna give me HP and damage decrease. Now, we don't have a list yet on these values, but I mean, it's an educated guess to say, if you look at the Shark toy, so we have the screenshots for that, and you see these values here at level 36 or 37, what I have personally, I'm expecting actually exactly the same value. Now, let's try to evaluate these skills here. First of all, you see you get an HP, while the Shark toy actually gives you attack. We're gonna evaluate that, we're gonna compare this, and then you see you have a contra blow, yeah? So when using the Scorpion formation, there's a chance for your units in your formation slots to trigger a counter attack upon receiving a damage. The counter attack will not trigger extra hero skills. I mean, thank you for mentioning that, so it's very obvious. And of course, the downside is the Heavy Trooper will not counter that. We're normally going to put the Heavy Trooper either on slot 2 or on slot 5. I know some people use it a bit differently, but generally speaking, there is no reason not to use it on slot 2 and 5. That means if the Heavy Trooper kind of not allowed to counter hit back, it's a huge downside, to be honest, my personal opinion. And then we have the Healing Fortress. So during the initial 3 turns, the design slots of the formation, so those slots 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, will have a decreased damage taken. That's pretty much it. Let's compare these two together. If you are watching my videos and you kind of understand my evaluation and the way to approach the game, the best defense is the offense. And sadly, this is how it works in TOPWAR. So if we're gonna look at my marches, yeah? So I have Navy, tanks, and planes. Let's analyze where should I put this new Scorpion toy and why. My tanks are the strongest. Now, honestly speaking, my tanks don't need an extra defense layer. Honestly speaking, quite the contrary, the offense is better. So from the first view, I think it's kind of safe to say that the Shark toy is stronger, simply because this is how the game works. You want your heroes to trigger as fast as possible, as quick as possible, as oft as possible. So that damage decrease is not necessarily a huge advantage, honestly speaking. Now, I've just done a video today about the battery ports, the Ultimate Dominator event, and you have there a battery ports between me and Take. I strongly suggest you to go back there and actually watch that, because what you want to see is what happens if his heroes won't trigger. Now, granted, his stats are massively versus mine, so I'm holding it pretty well, but if my heroes won't proc either, I'm just delaying my death. That's more or less, I'm just delaying my death. On top of this, we want to mention actually the contra blow. We have to see what the rate is, but if I use the Heavy Trooper on slot 5 or slot 2, that means I only have slot 1, 3, either 2 or 5, and then slot number 8. I don't expect this contra blow to be something super. Maybe it is. So maybe it is. We have to bring it to level 3 in order to test this. So we have to see how good this counterattack is. But honestly speaking, from what I see till this counterattack, not necessarily super awesome. So we go back now to my lineup. So I said, for the tanks, I don't necessarily need the Scorpion on tank. So I honestly put my Shark toy on this because my tanks are my strongest. Yeah. Now, if I look at my Navy is super fine and Maximo gives me a damage reduction anyway. Now, I know a lot of you guys actually using Barbie nowadays, but for those of you who choose Maximo, I don't think necessarily this is a huge help. The point is we have 2 toys and 3 marches, yeah? Or some of you have 3 marches. So in this case, I will honestly put this Scorpion toy on Navy simply because one reason, every little bit helps. And that's the only reason why I will take the Scorpion toy and put it actually on my second best march. And that's actually answer our last questions for this video. So if you have the Shark toy and if you have the Scorpion toy, put the Shark toy on your best march. And of course, take advantage of the Scorpion toy being in a game, but put it on your second best march where the heroes are not quite there, or the skills or whatever, or the gear. But for the best march, please use the Shark toy. Now, that being said, I'm gonna go now ASAP and I'm gonna make a video exactly on the top trial because it's a very important thing and it's free to play and it smells like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, don't forget to see me in the next episode.